What's up, YouTube? I'm back, and today we got a very special guest, CGRAM7. Let you introduce yourself, CGRAM.
Yo, what's good, man? Big Zoe. I'm
Uh,
on the opposite side today, man. I'm usually the one used to asking the questions, man. But
I know that,
hey,
man. I know that. That's why I said this is going to be a nice one because I got the guy that likes to ask the questions, and I like asking questions, and I think we're going to have a banger with these questions, man. I think it's going to be a good one. So and I know, really no introduction. Everybody watches y'all show and knows you and Savage. So let's get straight to it, man. We finna take the gloves straight off, straight in the
let's
box,
do this.
swinging.
I'm ready.
Uh, let's go. Uh, what was one of your first GI Joes?
So you talking about like when I was a kid, or when
Yeah,
I started collecting as an adult?
go as an
As a
adult.
kid,
Go as an adult, because I got some
as an
kid
adult.
questions for you down the line.
Okay. So when I got back into GI Joe, I still remember to this day, man. I just had my son Noah. He's 20 years old now, but he was like 2 years old at the time. And we were walking in Walmart, and I just happened to go to the toy aisle while my wife was doing like the grocery shopping. And yeah, I didn't even know GI Joe had come back out. And I looked down and I seen the logo, GI Joe, and it was a box set. And they had a GI Joe box set and a Cobra box set, and it was how they kicked off the 25th anniversary line. Do you
Yes, sir.
remember those box sets?
I remember. I know. Remember them.
And I picked it up, man, and it took me back like right away. And I bought them both that day, and every figure that came out from that point on, I would buy me one and buy my son one, for him to put up and play with as he got older. Unfortunately, man, he never really took to it. But that 25th line, man, it was really cool because it was like everything that I had as a kid in the O-ring, but like updated with better articulation and better design. So, but yeah, man, I don't remember the first one or my favorite one, but I just remember being really impressed when that line
Yeah.
got relaunched.
Yeah, I remember. You said I did that with my son with Hot Wheels. It's funny you said that. I would buy him a Hot Wheel to play with, and I would put one back for when he get older to give it to him. So I gave him this big tote of Hot Wheels. Say when he was about 17, 18. I told him these are the Hot Wheels you had when you was a kid. They're still in the attic. he wasn't interested, so it's crazy. All of us have the same experiences. That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, my
so
my son never took to it. Neither one of them, because later on, Pursuit of Cobra started, or they had like the Pursuit of Cobra and the 30th anniversary. When my other son Julian was about 2 or 3, and neither one of them got into it, man. So I ended up just taking over the collection for myself. But that's how it goes, man.
yeah, that
They
goes
all, they
like.
all into the video games, man.
Well, my oldest son, well, I have to say my son they don't collect GI Joes, but they collect Transformers and they like Marvel Legends, X-Men. They read them comic books. Well, they like more than X-Men. They actually like more than that. They read them comic books. All right, with your collecting style, do you collect everything or do you only collect what's cool?
Uh,
You
with classified, I didn't really get into it all the way until that wave where it was like Tiger Force Outback, um, the Storm Shadow, the Cobra
Mhm.
Officer, Crop Master, Alley Viper Bat. Remember that time period when
Mhm.
all those launched?
Mhm.
So everything prior to that, I've gone back and gotten a little, but everything after that, yeah, I've gotten every single item because I don't care if it's cool or hype, because to me it's all cool. So I buy for myself, and I buy it all, but there are more that I army build,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think
So,
that's what pull us all into Cobra. That's why so many people like Cobra and Joe's because be Cobra because the army building. That's
oh,
why.
no doubt, man. I think most heads are Cobra as opposed
Yeah,
to Joe, man.
the army building, man. Like I said before, if I right now, if the Cobra in my shelf went to war with the GI Joe, I think. And this is having 3D prints. I think the only thing would back these Joes up is that Mobac tank. Other than that, they'll be out of there.
That's a dope tank, man. You showed me some pictures of that, man. That's a
Yeah,
beast, man.
yeah, they would,
A beast for the beast man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll be a. So the next question: you own your own business, and it takes a lot of discipline on your own business. I'm just now getting into the business aspect, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot of discipline. I see. Have you took the discipline from having your own company into collecting action figures?
Well, definitely not the financial part.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't
Yeah.
been financially responsible with this action figure collecting. But what I would say about having my own business, that was one part. That was something that actually got me back into classified and doing the collecting. Because uh, prior to that, I was a workaholic. All right. And all I did was work 7 days a week. And everybody kept telling me, hey, you need a hobby. You need a hobby. But I wasn't really feeling anything, nothing really I gravitated to. But once I started getting into the classified, man, it was like snow going down a hill. So what I can say about the collecting and my business is the collecting has helped given me uh kind of a balance in life. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
To where instead of just always being on the go and thinking about making money and working, it's giving me an outlet uh, to where I come home and I spend time with the family, but I have something that's actually mine now to enjoy life.
Yeah.
So
Trust me, I understand. That's how it is. I could see that because right now having my own business with the action figures, I think I'm stuck at the workaholic thing. Because other night, I was up to 4 o'clock doing interviews. I had a bunch of interviews. I was interviewing at 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So plus doing action figures, plus dioramas, plus being a family man and going working these 2 jobs. That's definitely that workaholic stuff. And I
it's a
definitely.
lot to juggle, man. That's a lot to juggle, man.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one. Okay, this is a question that I know how you get on with the Joes. This is a question I know I can ask you, and you're gonna give me a good answer. We've always heard snake eyes, and I've brought this up on the in the video. Snake eyes, snake eyes. Like I said, my sons don't even collect GI Joes, but they have snake eyes. Uh, snake eyes. What do you think it is that makes snake eyes so great?
Um, well, I think number one is he wears a mask, and so you don't know what he looks like underneath the mask. You see what I'm saying? And I think, like with the troop builders for Cobra, they really don't have an identity, right? But they all look alike. You don't see their face. But with Snake Eyes, same thing. You don't see his face, but he's a one-man army. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's the hero, but he's the hero that doesn't have a face. He's masked. And so I think a lot of people, not me personally, I don't really care about Snake Eyes, but I
Mm-hmm.
could see how people could take Snake Eyes and make them themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
make them the hero in Snake Eyes. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes fair sense.
So I
Yeah,
think that's what I think that's why people gravitate towards Snake Eyes, man, because he's, they can see themselves being Snake Eyes in their imagination. You know what I mean?
yeah. Because I've always trouble with that as an adult. Now, when I was a kid, I think I fell into the rut with everybody else. Snake eyes, snake eyes, snake eyes. but he don't talk. You know what I'm saying? He don't speak, and he wears all black. And his backstory is not that. It's not that, you know, like, wow. It's not that, you know. It's not that. I think it was just based upon that look that he has with the all black.
Yeah,
I think that's what really did it. But yeah.
I mean, he came out in the '80s, bro. You know, with a ninja
Yeah.
with a Uzi.
Yeah, that's it. You're right.
It don't get no better than that. A ninja with a Uzi, man, and a wolf dog.
Yeah, but I know everybody knows you for collecting all the military figures. You pretty much known for that. Now, out of all three lines, which is your favorite from 1 to 3? I know you collect, you know, the main 3 military figures that's out right now.
Yeah. So yeah,
from 1 to
class.
3.
Yeah, the big 3. We classify the big 3 is classified, Operation Monster Force, and Valorverse. So, you know, for me, it always starts with classified because that's what got me into it. G.I. Joe's is what I grew up on. That's the nostalgia factor. As far as ranking them, Joe's definitely number 1. But Vala and Operation Monster Force, man, that's a tough one because any given Sunday, man, it can switch up for me. Yeah, it just depends on what that newest release is. You see what I'm saying? It 2 weeks ago it was Operation Monster Force because I just gotten in, you know, these guys right here. Yeah. So this was at the front of my mind. I was messing with these, but then I just got this in today from Valorverse.
Oh yeah.
You know, so you know now I'm really feeling this shit. So it depends on where we are, and they all are military lines. But there's certain things I like about each and every one of them. The Valorverse, I love the customizing, the customability of them. How you can kit bash them so easily. You know, with the Joes, like what Savage does, you got to boil and pop them. With the Valorverse, man, they come apart so easily and put them back together. They're just fun to play with, man. Here's a kit bash I just did, just messing around on my desk last night. You know,
Looks real good.
That was like 2 minutes, man. So you know that's something cool about Valorverse. They're just so easy to just bust down. But then Operation Monster Force, one thing I really like about them is they're giving us the stuff that we're not getting through the others, like the Hooded Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Like that Crimson Moon wave that's about to drop. That's really it's basically the Action Force enemies from back in the day. Yeah. You know, the English version of G.I. Joe.
Yeah. So. You know that. Did you this is a sidebar. Did you get that Sasquatch?
Oh, you already know, man.
Yeah, I ended up getting it. Me and Ken ended up talking about it. I clicked the button and ended up getting him through pre-order. He's nice.
Dude, so that's one I didn't think I was gonna like. I wasn't really feeling him, but I already got everything in that line as it is. So I'm like, I might as well just go ahead and get him. But again, that's a figure. There's a lot of figures that I think I'm not gonna like, and then I get them in hand.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, this shit is hot. I like this shit, and that's one of the ones that surprised me.
So. Yeah, because when I first seen it on the display at that show, I said, "Oh, this is nice." I really wanted the Wolves, but I went on ahead and got him. And when I got him at home, first thing I'm scratching my head, where did he go? Where I'm going to put him at? Still having that problem with my police officers. So I'm going to put my Sasquatch with my red natives because you know they had Sasquatch with red natives, so he's going to go
right.
Yeah, I have to find a home for him. Where are you going to put him at in your collection?
What where he belongs in my collection? I mean, I like what you're doing. That works perfect. Yeah. But since I already got the Operation Monster Force, you know, he'll be right there with them.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't have a lot of. I bought the few that you guys recommended, And like I said, they're beautiful figures, and they're custom painted figures. Somebody was asking me about doing custom work on one. I was like, nah, they're too beautiful of a figure to do that. They're really nice. I mean, I like them a lot as far as the paint apps. If you could see, Ken pointed this out, none of their camo paint apps are the same.
Yep, that's absolutely correct. Yep.
So they do some nice good hand painting over there. I mean, it's beautiful figures over there, and they put washes on the eyes and everything. But in your collection, what pieces you most proud of?
Well, I know that we're in the classified times right now. As far as classified, I think some of my pieces that I appreciate the most are pieces that people in the community have customized for me. Like I got Eminem and a custom that you've done for me. Evil Dookie just did a Xandar bike for me.
Hey, I gotta get one of those bikes from him. Yes.
Yeah, he does this thing, man. Another guy down, Aaron's been painting. He just did a Tiger Force stinger for me, where he painted it up, looked like Tiger Force. Just stuff like that. People that not necessarily pieces I bought in the stores, but pieces that that I've met through the community and doing the YouTube, and people that have made stuff with their hands or customized with their hands. Those are my most prized pieces that I own. As far as like some of the older stuff, like the in the 4-inch scale, I have a Larry Hama figure that was made by the same people that did Operation Monster Force. They're called Fresh Monkey Fiction.
Yeah.
And then they became Big Bad Workshop. A few years back, they had a convention exclusive Larry Hama in the 4-inch. And so I picked that up, and I actually got Larry Hama to sign it.
Wow.
So,
that's big.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces. And then they remember the convention exclusives when G.I. Joe went away for a little while. They had the G.I. Joe convention exclusives. So I got the Cobra Commander joint where he's like behind a podium in the suit. Do you remember that figure?
I remember that, yeah.
That's one of my favorite pieces. So it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
That I appreciate in my collection.
Yeah, I always say that Walter Payton. I actually just did a podcast, podcast talking about that Walter Payton was the reason why Walter Payton is one of my best figures as far as customizing. No matter what, I probably won't get rid of that at all. My 6-inch line, my 3 3/4 line. Oh man, I made a tunnel rat of my own design. I probably wouldn't get rid of. I'll show one day. My classified, and it's a Pentor. I really like this, a Pentor.
Yeah, I haven't even opened mine yet.
Me neither. I go get mine sealed in the box that he came in.
Yes, sir. And I was so looking forward to that shit, man. Because Serpento was my guy, man.
Me too, man.
Up. And I remember the day he dropped, man. I was online ready to go when he dropped on Hasbro Pulse. And man, I never opened him up.
Me neither. People been on me. I got some friends that's been on my back about opening, but I ain't gonna lie, I do them just like exclusive shoes that I get. Like last week, I opened them up out the box that he came in, opened the other box, pulled them out, looked at them, put them back in there, put them back on the shelf.
Yeah, and that's the problem with some of these exclusives, man. That the presentation of the packaging is so dope, man. You don't even want to mess with it, man. Yeah. The cold slither too. I didn't want to mess with that.
I don't see. I got a plan with the cold slither. I'm gonna open it, but I might as well say it on there. I'm gonna make the Kiss band, the Kiss rock band.
Okay.
To go with cold slither. And I got this thing in my head that they're gonna. It's pretty dope. I'm gonna do Kiss though, and to go with the cold slither. It's gonna be pretty dope. That's why I hadn't opened mine yet. but I still don't want to open it. But I hadn't opened mine. It's still in the box that it came into. What was the craziest, hardest find of those military figures? The hardest and craziest find for you?
I don't know about crazy as hard or hardest, but I do got a cool story with the remember the Sergeant Slaughter Marauder that came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was the second one we got. There was two versions of it. There was one where it first came out where he wasn't rocking his hat in the box, and I guess he got upset about it and told Hasbro he didn't want those going out, and he made Hasbro go back to the warehouse and redo it where he's wearing his hat. All right, and I was able to get my hands on one of those from CMD store. I ordered it early because they had them in stock, and when it came in, it was one of those packages that was not supposed to get sold. And when I went down to Joe Fest, I was able to get Slaughter to sign it. And man, as soon as I walked up to hand it to the guy looked at it and said, "Man, you know what you got here?" I was like, "Of course I know what I got. That's why I brought it." He's like, "Man, these weren't even supposed to go out." So that's a nice gem because I also had Slaughter sign it. So, that also kind of goes back. I forgot about that piece when you asked me the other question. That's one of my prize pieces too.
Yeah, I can see that. That's what I tried to do my show about, because stories. I wanted them, my podcast to be stories and education, and you educating us about that because I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I forget what they call the hat. The round hat that he wears. Yeah. So when they first put it out, the first few that they made, he wasn't wearing it in the package, and I guess like that's a big no. Like you're always supposed to be wearing the hat when you're out in public. So Slaughter got pissed about it and said, "No, it needs to be redone where I'm wearing the hat." And so they redid it for him. But some of those first retailers, I think like over in Hong Kong and in Canada, actually got the one that was not supposed to go out. So there are a few of us that got it.
But that's crazy. I didn't even know that. As a family man, what do your family think about your collecting, your figures and stuff?
They're a lot cooler with it now, but for a long time, my wife clowned the shit out of me, man. She was happy that I found a hobby, and when I mean clown, like not like tease me, but not like in a meanful way. But she would I'd get my figures in, and she'd be like, "Oh, you about to go play with your toys?"
Yeah,
shit like like that, man.
They do that.
And again, my sons, I try to get them into it, and they never really gravitated to it. But I have finally been starting to take some pictures and stuff. And my younger son, he's really been like, I could see on his face, and he's like, "Dad, you took that?" So that's kind of making me feel better now that he's kind of impressed with some of the stuff I did. So
yeah, see, okay, my oldest son, they've been around figures. I'm gonna have a display room, and I'm gonna have figures in the living room. That's just me. They took to them pretty good. They don't bust jokes on me really. Sometimes they do. They more bust jokes on my They really, let me see that. They don't bust too many jokes. My girl, she really don't matter. It don't matter to her. She really don't care. But my sons, they collect too, but every now and then they'll slide a joke in. Not nothing too bad, But the fam, they support it. For Christmas, I get action figures. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, they support it a little bit.
I mean, we all need a hobby, and it's crazy. I think all of us, man, when we first started getting into it, as an adult, it's kind of like the 40-year-old virgin. Remember the movie The 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah.
The dude that didn't have no females and was kind of a nerd and had a house full of toys. You get back into it and you're like, man, am I that dude that's a nerd?
Yeah.
Right? And
I understand. Trust me, I closet collect for you. So about I closet collected for a long time. I'm talking about toed it up. And then I got on YouTube, and this is like 10, 15 years ago, and I saw Boog Nice 10, and he had his figures on display just like this. And then you know what I said? You know what? That doesn't look bad. And then I got into the YouTube community, started seeing that there's other people like me that collect figures. And that
Right.
motivated me to just start displaying my figures. And then when I started displaying them, people start coming over and start liking them. Like when I had my big garage, my sons and friends, and they would come over and they would love it, and then I had my kids would love it. So it was pretty cool, you know. I'm gonna have to do something with this light. It's keep this driving me crazy. Yeah.
But you're right, man. It's all universal, man. I think we all go through the same shit, man. And
yeah, it's all universal. We all go through the same way. So which way do you like to display your figures?
well, I'm in my office right now, and I do got a toy shelf. I got 2 toy shelves in here, and I'm running out of space, so I got shit everywhere around me.
Man, yes. I'm listening.
Well, go ahead, man. It's your show.
No, I'm listening. Come on with it.
So, but the way I got my own toy room on the other side of the house, and what I do is, like, as new stuff comes in, because I'm in my office most of the time, I keep my newer stuff in my office, and then as I get new stuff in, I transition the older stuff to my toy room, and my toy room is kind of set up like how yours is, but I got the IKEA cubes in there. And so, like, I have one side of the wall that's my Cobra stuff with all my troop builders, and then I got the other wall that's like my Joes, and I have them broke down like the original 13, and then 82 or 83 cube, 84 cube, 85 cube, 86 cube, and so on and so forth. But that's how I do it, man.
That's dope. I never thought of that. Man, it's dope to do your cubes like that. See, I didn't even think to do nothing like that. I just put what figures I thought would go with what groups.
Right.
I never thought that would be dope to do it by years. Oh man, that would. I never even thought of that.
But you know, the thing about cubes is you can only fit so many in there before it starts getting out of hand. So I got a bunch of shelves like that, you know, on 2 walls, and then on the 3rd wall I got some shelves that are like wider, you know. And what I do is I put my armies on there. Like, I got a desert army, I got like a winter army, I got my crimson army, I got my tiger force, my night force, to where they're more spread out and look more like a faction. So
yeah, my tiger force is, you know, night force and tiger force. They're like that too. I got them together, and then with my, you know, just different little ways. Have them, but yeah, doing them by years would be real dope. I never thought about that. It makes perfect sense to do it by years.
But one problem I'm running into right now, though, with the years is like 1987. You know, I got my 1987 shelf, but now I got my but I also have like my Marauders, and I got like my I wanted to do a rawhide shelf, but if I do a rawhide shelf, a lot of those 1987 figures are gonna have to come out of that shelf to do that. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to just buy doubles and double up and have a rawhide shelf and a 1987 shelf.
Doubles. So I probably would doubles. I would doubles because I'm gonna do a doubles because I got a rawhide just right here, and I'm thinking about doing a doubles because most of my rawhides is customs. You know what I'm saying? So instead of blending them in with that, I'm thinking about doing a little corner with the originals. But yeah, that's pretty. It's a good way to display them and stuff. I never thought of that about a year. Because 87, man, that was a hard year for G.I. Joe. That was a big year for G.I. Joe.
It was. But it's crazy when you look at it, when you group them like that, and you're like, 85 was a tough year too, man. 85, 86, when you look at what the squads on them, man, when you break them down like that, you look at how many people are in that crew. So I'll send you some shots, man.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
87 was always my year. But
Yeah.
then when I break them down and I look at them like that, I think it's 85 that has a lot. It's 85 or 86, but it's a close one with 87.
And I think that year 87 too, let's just throw that in there. That was a big year for everything. For like cars. Like my favorite Cutlass is the 87 Cutlass as far as talking about cars and stuff. I mean a
Right.
lot of, I think Mike Tyson won a title shot fighting 87. Color Purple came out in 87. So 87 was a pretty big year.
But 87 does have like two of my favorite Joes, like Chuckles and Outback. Those are two of my favorite Joes, and they're both in 87.
Yeah, 87 was a big year as far as G.I. Joes and everything. I think I was like 5 years old. Transformers. That's when you get all the cartoons that made us. They was all out pumping hard then. I think Mass, Robotech was out, and man, it was everything was out in 87. It was a lot of good cartoons that molded and shaped us back then.
That's a good point, man. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah, you think about it, I mean, your G.I. Joes came on, then Transformers came on. I always was looking forward to G.I. Joes. My brothers, they look forward to Transformers. GoBots, man, you can go on for a minute. They had a wrestling. I don't know if you're into wrestling. They had a wrestling show, Star Wars. I mean, you can go on forever talking about 87. Just all around good year for any kid. And the BMX bikes was real big in 87.
Yeah, yep.
GT was, they put out some pretty good 87 bikes that year. I collect BMX bikes too. And they put out some good GT bikes that year. I was thinking about them bikes and stuff. Yeah, because you didn't never do the BMX bikes?
Man, I mean, I had when I was a kid, but man, I can't name what I had though like that. But yeah, we always had the big fluorescent bikes with the pegs and all that shit. But I don't remember the names of them.
Yeah, probably with the fluorescent color, probably with GTs. 10 years from now, might look at your collection. What you will want them to think about it?
Man, 10 years from now, man, I can't even imagine what it would look like. It has grown so exponentially just in the last 3 years, Lonzo.
I know it.
Man, that's a good question, bro.
Appreciate it.
I guess to bring it back full circle, man, when I started doing this, everybody was trying to push me to find a hobby. And, 10 years from now, they'll probably be saying, well, damn, he found his fucking hobby.
And that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Always, when I answer that, I just want people to say, man, he did it his way. He did it the way he wanted to do it. It wasn't no cookie cut. I did it the way I wanted. Always.
Yeah, I mean, I don't just collect action figures, man. I buy from Gridiron. I buy dioramas. I buy customs, man. Mm-hmm. So it's really my collection. Like you said, did it my way, just like you said you did it your way, man.
Yep.
So,
but just like, and I'm gonna be honest, as far as custom. I don't think there's a G.I. Joe classified collector that hasn't bought anything from Gridiron. I don't think nobody hasn't. Their stuff is, and when they came out, like, okay, this is when I first got into G.I. Joe classifieds, I was trying to customize them. They didn't have parts. You could get the 3 3/4 customized parts, but you couldn't get the 6-inch parts. So I had gotten hooked up with a 3D printer. And I was asking him about making me some military parts, right?
Okay.
And he was like $90 for a helmet, certain little guns.
What?
Yes, this was a 3D printer that he had to design and make.
Yo, that's crazy, man. $90 for a helmet?
Yes. This was in the beginning. Like, there wasn't no Gridiron really like then. There wasn't nobody really making that stuff. So when Gridiron came out, all that stuff that I wanted was right there. You know, they stuff is a little pricey, but you're getting, if you get that stuff custom made, it'll be 4 or 5 times the price. So he's giving you a good deal because to make those files and all that stuff, and those file designers will back then they would stick it to you. I think a custom Hammond was like $90. Yeah, and the certain guns I wanted was they were like $80 and $90 a piece meal. That wasn't even that was just for them to design it, and that was yeah. So
yeah, fuck all that, man.
Yeah, anybody that complains about gridiron prices, if you try to get that stuff made, you're gonna go back and buy that stuff from Gridiron because try to get it 3D printed made. What do you mean? Try to buy the file. Now, getting it 3D printed ain't nothing. Anybody can do that. But try to buy the file and the design. You'll be saying, I think I'm gonna go and get the Gridiron because there's actually I got to get with Gridiron actually pretty soon because there's some accessories I need for a certain character that I'm making.
Man, even Gridiron, man, has gotten so much better when they first started, man. They've changed the material they've used. I remember when they first started doing their backpacks, they had like the double sticker or the double adhesive.
Yeah, I got some of that double adhesive stuff. Yeah.
Now they got the pegs for the backpack. Yeah, they've really come a long ways, man.
Yeah, man. I got you. Did you ever get that Viper pack from Gridiron? The Viper with the skull. You take the Viper, your Viper, your Alley Viper. I mean, you take your Alley Viper. And then
yeah.
That is a beautiful set, man. I took a real good picture with that one time.
Yeah, they did a couple loadouts for the Alley Viper.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was 4 or 5, but yeah, I got all the Alley Viper sets. In fact, you know, that's one of the things that I always did was with my Valaverse. It's taboo because for whatever reason, Valaverse doesn't like Gridiron and Gridiron doesn't like Valaverse. But one of my favorite things to do was to take Gridiron loadout kits and their product and mash them up with my Valaverse.
I would like to see that. That sounds pretty good.
Well, I got like the Alpine. They did an Alpine loadout.
I got it. Yeah.
So the first thing I did was I used their buck, a Valaverse buck, because they had colors that were similar to what Alpine rocked, and so I made me a custom Alpine using a Valaverse buck and the Gridiron loadout. Hit and run. They did a hit and run loadout.
Yeah, that hit and run loadout is amazing.
So it was kind of small. So what I ended up doing is I had the green female buck, and I ended up making a female hit and run with that loadout kit. But even something like this guy always sits on my desk, man. This is just something simple, but that's a Gridiron head right there.
Yeah.
I mean that's not really a
that looks like that stuff Major Marcus has done some stuff like those. The color patterns that he's using right now.
Oh yeah, those are amazing, man.
I think me and him talk. I think he makes some customers like that and sell them. I think he's gonna sell that as a group for real. He told me the price. I'm not gonna throw it out there, but it was real affordable. I was like, wow. He's doing all of them. I think
he's got the Croc Master body, the Croc Master one. He's got the Ninja. He just did a Ninja Creeper or Night Creeper.
Well, he did a Viper and a Night Creeper mixed.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, because I was telling them I was wanting to see the Viper.
The Retro Viper, right? The Retro Viper.
The Retro Viper, and then he put a Night Creeper head on it. But that's, it looks dope. But I was telling him I can't wait to see when you do the Viper because I thought he was doing all the Vipers in that color pattern. But he's doing some crazy work with their color. But he's told me he's gonna make all of them. He's gonna sell them as a package deal. And the price that he's asking, that he told me that he's gonna put it out there for, it's a real good price. They'll be gone within. I'll tell you this: if he's selling for the price that he told me, they'll be gone in record breaking time. They'll probably be gone in like
Well,
Like,
it's nice work, man. Regardless, he doesn't need to price them to go. He needs to price them for what they're worth because
yeah,
they're worth it, man. It's good
right.
quality.
And he's like I said, he's gonna. I'm saying if he priced those things, what he told me, they won't make 5 minutes. The fastest figure I ever sold like that was my Django. As soon as I posted, somebody bought it, like immediately. And I did a snake eyes like that. Every time I make those custom snake eyes with my design, every time I make one, they don't last. They don't last. They won't last an hour.
Have you done a mass snake eyes, Lonzo?
I'm finna do all three of them. I'm finna do unmasked snake eyes. I'm finna do Stalker, the pursuit of Cobra Stalker, but he's gonna have the dreads, and I'm gonna do Tommy. I'm gonna do all three of them, but in my head canon, they're gonna be real nice, and they're gonna be modernized, and they're going back to do another mission together.
Okay.
Yeah, so Snake Eyes, you're gonna see Snake Eyes' face. It's gonna be scarred up with the, and everybody's gonna be kind of because everybody's doing that three, and I love it.
Like from the Vietnam,
I love the
era.
Vietnam 3, but I want to do it, but I have to add some flavor, some other style to it because everybody keep doing it, which is amazing. Hold up, I want one, but I just feel like I want to see them a little different, you know.
No, that's what makes you, man. Put your style on it, put your flavor on it, man.
And that makes everybody like that figure you just showed. That looks good, and that's your style, and that's that's what it's all about. I always say is style. We're all doing the same stuff. I can show you like those turntables that we're doing. I can show you somebody that was doing those turntables 15 years ago, maybe 15 to 20 years ago with displaying and so it's all everybody's style. Talking about these styles, if you had to make your own G.I. Joe character, what would be his name? And I like stories and his backstory.
So if I did a character that was my side, I would be some kind of operator. All right. Like a CI operator, but has infiltrated like a double agent, like infiltrated Cobra.
Yeah.
Feeding back intel to the Joes. That IDW run with Chuckles, you read comics, right? All right. So you remember the Cobra?
A little bit. Not
Are
as
you
much
familiar with the ID? Are you familiar with that run?
Yeah, everybody's familiar with that one.
That's my favorite comic, G.I. Joe comic, man. And I wish they would do a series on like Netflix or Prime based on that run, man, because it was so dope, man. And it was like adult. That was like the first time I was reading like this is like some adult shit. This ain't the G.I. Joe from when I was a kid. It felt grown up, man. But something along those lines, like a GI, like you would GI Joe, but you're a undercover operative that is infiltrating Cobra, and nobody on the Joe side even knows you exist. Only the person that sent you in the mission, and you're in the mission deep, long, like I'm talking about like long time, like 5-6 years undercover doing your thing.
That's dope.
That's dope. That would be my backstory. As far as a name, something like Backdraft or something like that. Burn the motherfucker down.
Yeah. That's dope. I like that. I like stories. I've asked that question to everybody, and they're all giving some amazing answers, man. Everybody. It seems like everybody want to be a special agent, man. That's seems to be the thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I've been asking that questions on some past interviews that's finna come up. You're gonna hear that, and I like that.
Well, when you did my custom for me, though, what I tell you I wanted to be, I told you I wanted it to be like a CIA operator.
Yeah.
So, and you came through.
We're gonna talk. I gotta actually. I'm glad you said something about that custom. I got a box coming towards your way pretty. Not this week, cause I done showed you. But I got
You've been putting in work, bro. You've been putting in work, man.
I got a box gonna come to you pretty soon with some little trinkets in there for you. But not, I have to get this stuff.
Love, man. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah, you know That's just I just did a interview. A dude was telling me about my big heart. And he was saying, "Man, you got this big heart, this and that." And I'm like, "Hey, that's just me. I came like this, man. I can't help it." You know what I'm saying? And
man, I got figures I keep on my desk all day long.
Oh yeah. I got a box for you, man. I got something for you. I kind of can't get to it now, but I definitely got some because I have to get these dioramas out. You know.
Hey, surprise me, man. It's all good.
Every week, I have a buddy named Rob. That's the only way we deal. Surprises, and it's like Christmas every time Rob sends something. Yeah, and it's like that. You are a big dog in the community, man. And what?
Bro, I ain't no big dog.
Yeah, you're a big dog. What kind of? Because you collect all three lines and you keep up with them real good. What advice would you give anybody that's trying to collect all three lines like you? And I ask everybody that question.
Well, no, that's a good point because you got to be careful, man. You know, if you can spend some money real quick if you're not careful. So you got to make sure you're taking care of your responsibilities, you know, like taking care of your family, taking care of your bills, putting a little money up for savings, because you can't just be going trigger happy, because you could end up fucking yourself and putting yourself in a bad position if you don't take care of your business. And but so that's the advice I'd give anybody that's getting in there and wants to dabble and try to get everything they see. You got to be careful, man. You can get in trouble real quick spending this money because it's an expensive hobby, man. This shit can be like dope. You know what I'm saying? This shit can get out of hand real fast. So what I would suggest is, even if you want to, don't buy everything. Don't feel like you got to buy every single thing you see. That's the advice I would give to somebody. I'm gonna keep it 100, man.
Yeah, I like to throw that question out there, man, because there's people getting this stuff every day, man, and they don't be knowing. They don't know. So that's a good question, man. That's a good question, and it's a good answer.
It is. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to collect, and like like me and Savage, you know, we're a lot alike in a lot of ways, but the way him and I collect are different. Like, you know, he has the patience to wait for something to go on sale and catch a good deal, whereas me over the last few years, man, like I'm like on it. As soon as that pre-order comes up, I'm hitting the button. I'm even going and buying the shit from China and Canada before it drops the United States. And, you know, I've spent a lot of extra money on shit just to get it faster because I had to have it. And whereas Savage has played the long game and got a lot of figures and spent half the money that I have. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no wrong way to collect, but there is a smarter way to collect. And like last year where we had that drought, that 6 months drought, and then, you know, so I wasn't spending any money during that time period on classified, but I was buying other stuff. But then when all that classified hit, man, and Operation Monster Force hit, you know, there was a lot of zeros that came out my bank account, you know, from October to December, because everything just happened to come at once. So just being really aware of what you got on pre-order and when it's coming out. That's what I advise anybody, man. And just spend what you know you can handle and take care of your business. You know, this is the hobby. This ain't your real life. So.
Hey, that's some good game you gave, man. Man, I appreciate you doing that. See, that's what I really wanted this show to be about. All my shows, people dropping good game. That's some good game right there, because when that big hit came, man, I was buying a figure every day, man. A figure every day.
Yeah, they fucked us, man, when they
And
did
not
that.
even on the back end. This is the back end on the pre-orders. So I got the back end on the pre-orders coming in. Then I'm going into GameStop because there's a GameStop right by Walmart before I go in. Like every day I stop in there. They're getting stuff. Then
Right.
there's stuff popping up online. People selling stuff. I'm buying figures every day. I did that. Man, it got crazy. So yes, some good game you just dropped, man. Because I experienced that. If you had to make your life, you know how we watch G.I. Joe cartoon, a G.I. Joe mission, or your life, a G.I. Joe mission, or title for the cartoon, what would the title be?
You really were writing these questions, man. You coming with it tonight. So if my life was a G.I. Joe mission, what would the title be?
Yeah.
Mission critical. Mission critical. Because shit gets critical.
That's dope. That's dope. And that's
Mission
a good
critical.
one, man. That's out of all of that's dope. That's a good one, man. And that sounds like a mission for real, man. That's dope. That's real good right there. I like that one. All right, what moment in your life, we're finna go back. We're finna take you, let's get in that time machine and go all the way back. At what moment in your life did you say, hey, I think I'm in love with G.I. Joe? Let's get in that time machine, baby.
Well, so when we started the interview off, you was asking me what was my
first G.I.
Joe.
You were classified in 25th.
Yeah,
we go all the way back.
Yeah, so now we're going to take it back to the beginning.
Yes.
The first G.I. Joe I got as a little boy was Snow Job. The original Snow Job with the snow skis. And that was the first one, man. I knew it from right then. My first movie as a kid was Star Wars. And so my parents had got me Star Wars figures. And I'm talking about like 2 years. I was 2 years old. But I still remember 2 years old, Snow Job. You know, I remember going, and everywhere I'd go, I had him on his skis. And in my mind, he was snowing down the slopes, man. You know, I was in my shorts, my t-shirt, and it was hot as hell in summertime. But in my mind, Snow Job was out there skiing in the slopes, you know.
That's dope. That's real dope. I never would have thought that. That's real dope. Because everybody wants to say Snake Eyes, all that crazy stuff at first. My first G.I. Joe trigger was Shockwave.
That's a good one too, bro. Yeah. I love Shockwave. I got Shockwave right here, man. He's on my desk right now.
Yeah, that was my first. I remember playing with him in the desk at school. Playing with him in the desk at school, that knife and that Uzi, and then around that time, that was crazy. Yeah, that was.
I'll tell you a funny story, man.
What this is about, man.
When so Snow Job was my first one, and I also had Duke. I had the Vamp. My parents weren't wealthy. They were both school teachers, but they did buy me Joes and spoil me with my G.I. Joes. But I remember the ones I had, and I remember when I started kindergarten class, they had all these cubicles of toys in the kindergarten class. And I remember going through them and finding like a cover girl and a older Joe, and not knowing what the hell they were because they looked so different. They had the straight. So, but I remember as a kid knowing they were G.I. Joe, but not understanding like, were these fake G.I. Joes or cheap G.I. Joes? But yeah, I remember that. You just brought back that memory when you said Shockwave in school, man.
Yeah, I used to have them in school, man. I used to have them in there, man. What does collecting represent to you? What does it represent? I'm collecting all this stuff, but what does it represent to you?
Expression. Me and Mike talk a lot about how Savage, how there's a lot of similar. I was a big hip hop head. when I was in high school and in my early 20s, I was really into hip hop, but like that, like what you would call underground hip hop back then, or backpack rap, and that really dealt with the elements of hip hop. And when Savage and I are always comparing this collecting hobby now as like another form of hip hop, with you got the army building, you got the people doing the customizing like yourself, you got the people doing the diorama building, the world building, you got the toy photography, you got the storytelling, which is like rapping, so you got so many things. So to me, collecting is it's a new way for all of us men that are in our 40s and 50s now to express ourselves, So
Man,
that's what it represents to me as expression right now.
Yeah, Savage, he brought that out, and it is like that because I was a hip hop head, same as you. We all were. That's what pretty much. And we all us have the same story. When Savage brought that to me, I said, yeah, you know what? When I was a kid in Chicago, graffiti's huge. Like, I think it's as huge as New York. And same stuff. Diorama building, storytelling, and that's why I just being so just into creating shit. I just sucked it all in, man.
Right.
Like Joe is the best line, and I'm saying this is the best line for storytelling. It is the best line. The story you just told about yourself, that works. The mission works. The story you just told. When you told me that story, it just went in my head, making that figure that you made. If you would have told me that story, that figure you made, that I made for you, would have came out different. Because when you told me the story, I visioned something different. But that's a whole nother sidebar. I got something for you. Don't even worry about it. Well, anyway, right, I'm just saying, though, that storytelling, man, that's why when I ask that question to people, they smile, they light up, it turns into a kid, and it just, man, the storytelling is like you said, it's rapping, and then it is rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's rapping. It's definitely rapping, man. It's like a Slick Rick or something. You know what I'm saying?
The artist storytelling.
The Dana Dane. You're older enough. Remember the Dana Dane story and the Slick Rick story? Which one do you think is better? This is a side note. Some hip hop shit, right quick.
Man, personally, I'm gonna go with Slick Rick, man.
I like the Slick Rick story.
Yeah, I like Slick Rick, but
remember that Dana Dane story? It's the Dane. Oh no. You remember that story?
I don't remember that one, but I definitely remember Slick Rick, man.
When you get off this, go to YouTube, type in Dana Dane. I promise you, you will remember it.
Okay.
And then Slick Rick. Dana Dane sounds like Slick Rick. They had that same
style. I know Dana. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they had
the song you're talking about.
Yeah, they had that. Both of them had them stories. And I kind of like Dana Dane I think it was called Nightmares. That was the song.
Okay.
And check those out. Just hit me back which one you think was better.
For sure, no doubt.
I like rap, man. My favorite old school rap. I still bump Houdini, bro.
You going way back. You going back
like
the 80s, man. I was talking about the late 90s, the mid 90s.
I get out. The best Tupac song to me was the best Violence, man. I love Violence. The Tupac song Violence. I like that song. NWA, I could go all my brothers, man. I got older brothers, uncles, so it's like hip hop is in me. I can go all the way back to the 80s, early 80s, man, with hip hop. I mean, I bump house music at work all the time. Everybody from down here go drive them crazy.
See, I was more into like New York stuff, man. I was more into like your Gangstar, your J. Rue, the Damager, Mobb Deep, Group Home, Boot Camp Click, all them people, OGC, Black Moon, definitely Wu-Tang, all the Wu-Tang people.
Yeah. I like that.
That's the stuff I grew up on when I was a kid. Yeah. And then as I got like into my late teens, it was people like Company Flow, MF Doom, Madlib,
my son
Liquid Crew.
Yeah, I got
people like that, man.
Well, see, my hip hop, and this is a sidebar, folks. Um, my hip hop comes all the way back because I got uncles that bumped that stuff, and then my brothers. So I had to go all the way back to like going to my uncle's house, listening to Jam on it, all the way back to disco. You know what I'm saying? And I was a little guy going over there having my uncles coming out of the back room, break dancing and doing the moonwalk and pop locking and all that stuff. So my hip hop goes back all the way back until now because my kids listening to stuff and they got me listening to stuff. So yeah, so I have a long list of hip hop. I can go all the way back on that.
You grew up in it, man. You grew up in it.
So when you said the art of storytelling with the figures, a light just blew up in my head. Like, wow, you're right. And my brother did graffiti, my oldest brother. So I took some of that from him, and he was bad as hell. So that's with the diorama building, I guess, right? The graffiti.
Yeah, or even the customizing, the diorama building, the customizing.
Yeah.
I would say that would be graffiti. The storytelling will be the lyricism.
Yeah.
The posing and the troop building, that would be like the break dancing.
Yes, it will.
What else we got? It's not really an element, but the toy photography, we definitely had hip hop magazines like Double XL, Don Diva, The Source.
I was
music videos. So that would be like your new toy photography.
Yeah, you're right.
And like that.
Man, this is a good conversation. I remember doing the and as of now, as you can see now, I'm kind of trying to take the toy photography a little bit more seriouser. I had Megatron. I did him. He's a monster. He's probably like up there. He's huge with that stuff. But when I interviewed him, man, he's a really intelligent guy, and I learned so much from that interview. I told we have to do this again.
So I started it. I haven't finished it, but I do know his work, and he is phenomenal at what he does, man.
He does. He does. I kind of, know you. You run a business. You're a family man. You podcast. You're a huge collector. Plus, every time I see you, you're with some of the fellas, so it shows that you're a good friend. How do you balance all that with collecting and without getting burnt out? All the stuff you do, how do you balance it all without getting burnt
out? Again, the collecting is what helps me from getting burnt out, man. Like the 2026 is probably my best year being in business. Financially, we had a great year, but then January and February have been my worst 2 months in like the last 5 years. So it's been real stressful because I got 5 guys that work for me, and the economy has kind of slowed down the last couple months. But we're in North Carolina, and it gets cold in the wintertime, but it doesn't really get below freezing because I work with water.
Yeah, I know.
I do power washing and window cleaning. That's why I go by the window viper in case people don't know. But we went through like a 3-week period here in Fayetteville where it was ice, snow, and ice. So for almost 3 weeks, we couldn't even work, man.
We did too.
But I had money put up, but a lot of my guys didn't have money put up. So I was still helping them out, even though we weren't working. So yeah, the last 2 months have been very stressful with work, but being able to come home and do this shit and go into my toy room and look at my shit and finally start taking some pictures and setting up scenes and getting on every Saturday night with Savage. It's a good distraction and a healthy distraction, man. So
it is, man.
This is my balance, man.
Thank you, man. This is great. Same story with me, man. Oh man, because I went through that period. We were out, no work. Rims got stole.
Damn.
You should have seen the picture. And it was like I didn't go through no broke stage or nothing like that, but I had money put up. Commissions helped. But yes, man, I definitely with that and with running the business, doing these figures and stuff. Family life is crazy. Being a father, I mean, you touched on
Right.
that yesterday. That's real. That's a job within itself. And I ain't hating on the girls. I love my daughters, but whew, that could be definitely real. Podcasting, what I'm getting into now, like I just said, I was up to 4 in the morning doing podcasts the other night. 4 in the morning.
And then what time you start your day?
Oh, that was on I start my day at about 5 o'clock. But the
So
4 in the
did you
morning.
start at 5 that next day? Did you start an hour later?
I was off that day.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, man,
No,
that's
we was off. But I had back to back podcasts. Like I got a podcast tomorrow morning. I got an interview, so it was like back to back, and I kind of like it that way. With the collecting, keeping up with it, I got a lot of good friends, man. That's why I did a video that I was telling you about. That I don't know if I'm going to put up because what happened on the video. I don't want to be that guy that's saying, "Look at this stuff, man." I don't want to be that. So I might not put the video up, you know what I'm saying? Because it was crazy. But I did a video painting, man. It was like 30 minutes long, and it was good. But when that happened, it kind of discouraged me from doing it because I don't want to be that guy that's like, "This stuff isn't." No, I'm probably not going to put it up. But anyway, we're doing that stuff, collecting, and and being a good friend. Let's throw that out there because being a good friend means a lot. You know, I tell people you have to be a good friend before you can be able to maintenance a relationship with anybody. Even with your wife. You know what I'm saying? Your girl. You have to be a good friend. You have, and you can just. Some people don't like the friend word. Okay, you have to be able to balance maintenance a good relationship with people. How about that? You have to be able to maintenance a good relationship. You know, some people like friend. You know what I'm saying? Maintenance a good relationship. So being friendship maintenance, that means talking on the phone, checking on your buddies, sending them a message or two, letting them check it. You know, just maintenance.
Checking in on somebody.
Maintenance and being like every time you and Savage and them get on. Maintenance, no matter what I'm doing. If I'm finna do a show, hey, this time I can't do that. I have canceled shows to watch you guys. Maintenance in it, you know what I'm saying? And that's,
bro, we appreciate the support.
It ain't nothing like that, but it's just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's
shout out to Savage though, man. He's a dude. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah, he is.
I fuck with him because he's real. He's a real dude, man. Like even in his videos, sometimes there might be something that happens in the background that most people would cut out, or something happens, and some people might like cut it out. Oh, I'm not going to show that, but Savage is real, man. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, he's cool.
And he, we grew up in the same city, and we've only known each other the last couple of years, but we went to the same elementary school. Me and his brother went to the same high school. So yeah, he lives right down the road from me, like 3 or 4 minutes down the road. So, we grew up in the same area. We know a lot of the same people. And, but before we really started, doing stuff together, we knew each other and we met up a couple times, did some exchanges, but I had a tragedy happen, back in, 2024. And he didn't even really know me like that, but he went on his channel and was having people pray for my situation and didn't even know me like that. And so, that's the kind of shit that shows a motherfucker's real, man, and has your back.
Yeah, he hadn't showed no. I'm pretty good judgment of character. He hasn't showed no bad signs. He ain't did no turning or looking like he's gonna jump the box on me or nothing like that. He's always been square business. That's why I said being a good friend. He's been square business the whole time with me, and he showed me a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, both of y'all motivated me to do this because I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for y'all. I'd probably be man. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, and I'm not going to lie, I probably would just be doing customs, throwing them in the glass cases like I've been doing it. But when Savage had that show and he started showcasing my art, that motivated me to put more pictures out.
Well, bro, you've been doing it for a while. I know you used to go by Beast Man because I remember when Shadow Tracker first came out.
Yeah.
And that I was looking, he hadn't come out yet, but some people get them early. Some of the YouTubers got them early, and I had them coming from Hong Kong. But I was online looking for a review of them because that was always one of my favorite Pursuit of Cobra figures.
Yes, it was. It was everybody's favorite. It was a bad figure.
And I remember coming across one of your custom shadow trackers when I was looking for that, and so I remember seeing your videos back then, man.
Yeah, I used to breed dogs like crazily big. I'm in the books and all that stuff for it, and that was my name, Beastman Kennels. But when I got into the GI Joes, like I said, I had to take the name of Stalker because I told this story 1,000 times. Just making so many damn Stalker figures at the time, it was just, are you the Stalker guy type shit? Yeah, I'm lying. Fuck it. Yeah, man. It was crazy though.
Man, when you think we're gonna get that Arctic Stalker? Speaking of stalkers.
Oh man, we've been talking about that, me and some of the guys. It's been one of our discussions, man. It's gonna come down the pipeline, just like we was at discussions me and some of the fellas be having. It's like the whale, you know what I'm saying? Is the whale gonna be a HasLab or is it coming down? It's one of those things. It's coming, but I don't know when. The whale, I've seen 3D printed whales. They're about the size of a coffee table.
Yeah, they're huge, man.
And it'll be a bad HasLab. It's gonna be a bad. And they're gonna load you up with figures and stuff. So that's been one of those topics, man. But I think it'll be coming pretty soon. It's not a hard figure to make.
Nah, it's not.
And I say this all the time. Hasbro reuse parts. I customize figures, so I know what it's like to make a figure. They have the mold already. They can easily just change the jacket, easily use Alpine.
Dude, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Just paint it white. Yeah, bro, I'm with you, man.
Yeah, he's already there. And
yep.
I know Hasbro, you know Hasbro. They're gonna probably do that. Just adjust a few things and make the neck longer, Hasbro. Make the neck longer, because you know he's like that.
I was about to say the exact same shit, man. Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah, but that's one thing, man. That's one thing. Now, finna get ready to shut it down.
Did you see the drop today?
Yeah. See, I don't have any HasLabs. I think it's like it's for the Dragonfly, and it's the people that wing the airplanes in.
Yeah, there's some parts of it I like, but other parts, man, like the accessories they got with it, man, the whole thing it doesn't look completely flushed out. It looks, it doesn't look I like parts of it, but then other parts of it, it seems like they just threw some shit together, man.
They're gonna push, and I've collected X-Men forever, and I'll tell anybody this, and Hasbro's never pushed like they're pushing with these GI Joes. They're pushing. They're going to give you something regardless.
Yeah,
they're good. You're getting something. You're not going to just get nothing. You're getting something. Next question I like to ask everybody: what was your favorite struggle meal?
Ramen noodles, man.
Two back to back, man.
But not the ramen noodles. I still eat them now, man. Well, actually, you know what I've been eating a lot lately? Because I told you it's been tough the last couple months. They come in like little tubs, man. But it's the chicken fried rice. They come in like a little stir fried tub. They're cheap like ramen, man. But you get them in the frozen food section. They're like little tubs. They got chicken fried rice. Chicken fried or the shrimp fried rice. That's my struggle meal now, but I still get the noodles, not the ramen packs, but I get the ones where it's like a tub.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, that's the ones I get now. They got a little bit of cuisine to them. You know, they got the little specks in there and the soy sauce. So
I've asked this question in a bunch of interviews. I'm gonna go and tell them my favorite struggle meal when I was a kid, right? You know how it was. My mom would make tuna fish, right? And to put some stretch on the tuna fish, she would add noodles to it and make it like a tuna salad. And man, that shit was fire, man. It was fire. And you know, back then she didn't add no cheese or nothing to it, but it was just that tuna fish and the noodles. it was fire, man. It was real fire.
My pops used to make I can never get down with it, man. But my pops used to make banana sandwiches, man. He'd take 2 pieces of white bread and put mayonnaise and then slice bananas and eat it as a sandwich, man.
I could see the
I
peanut butter
could,
and jelly, but not the mayonnaise. No.
yeah, I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, that sounds pretty. Yeah, sounds pretty good. You going to Joe Fest this year, man?
Oh, no doubt. That's like the one convention I go to. I've been there for. If I go this year, it'll be my 4th year in a row going.
Okay, I've asked a lot of people. Seems like it's gonna be a big turnout, man. I'm trying to hope my girl. She watches my videos, but I hope she don't. I'm trying to like not let her go because I kind of want to hang out with the fellas because I'm getting a lot of the guys going. You know, like, oh, you're going. All the guys I interview, a lot of these guys is going.
And it sounds like it, man. You're right. Not last year, but the year before, a lot of YouTube people came out there. There weren't as many last year, but I feel like this year is going to be even bigger than the year before. Because you're right, a lot of people have been talking about it.
Yeah, because the camaraderie, man. The camaraderie's there, man. You know, it's camaraderie. Like I'm looking forward to coming out there, hanging out with you guys and stuff. And she wants to come, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be, you know,
it's gonna be an argument right there.
But you know what? I give in because I'll give in. I wouldn't tell her no, but
hey, take her and get a room and do the thing with the Joes and then take her out to eat and then come back and chill with the boys, man.
That's what I want. But I like to travel and go toy hunting. And when I go toy hunting, when I travel, I normally don't. I go with the fellas. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, Houston has some good toy hunting. I don't know if you go that far, but Houston.
Nah, but I remember when you came on the show, you talking about that, man.
And so I like to go toy hunting because I have a whole regimen how I do it. I get on those Ubers and I'm just get my backpack and I'm gone. And I was wanting to do that at Joe Fest, you know what I'm saying? Get my Uber, get down there, get my backpack and shoot out. So it'll be different if I bring her because I have to entertain her a lot. But that's cool.
Right.
Yeah. Because and then I'm 10 hours away, so it's like I'm undebated if I'm gonna drive or fly. She likes to drive. So but if I drive, I could bring a few dioramas and give out to my buddies, you know what I'm saying? Because that man, I'm telling you, the shipping prices has went so high, I can't believe the last diorama I shipped cost $100, man. I had to go to UPS and they charged me, I think, $78.
That's crazy, man. For a diorama,
shipping prices has went up, man. In $100, man, it used to cost me like $20-$30. Maybe the biggest diorama I ever sold and shipped out, and I have a box. I have a picture to prove it. Was like $60, $50, $50.
And then you gotta worry about
a huge diorama, huh?
And then you gotta worry about somebody playing Ace Ventura with your box and kicking it all around. It's a gamble.
That's something right there, man, that I can say has really changed the shipping, man. That is insane, man. It is insane with that shipping. It's cost $100. So it's like some of my buddies or something that weekend, I'll probably take some dioramas and pass out because it seemed to me to get good pictures, you got to have a diorama. That one dude that you brought up that does the real good posing with the pictures, his posing is so on the next level, he can pass for it, but it'll only get him so far. So at some point, he's going to get tired of that, and he's going to put those figures on diorama.
Oh, you talking about Bombada?
Yeah, he did great posing, but at some point, he's going to have to put those figures on some type of diorama backdrop. They got stuff on Amazon, man. It ain't like it was back in the day. You get some stuff off Amazon. You can get a diorama like this big, and take tons of pictures. The average diorama I use on some of my pictures is like the size of my hand. And like something like this, you put a backdrop on there, a piece of paper or whatever.
Yeah.
Some type of backdrop, jungle preferably. You'll make people play eyes with their games with their eyes. You can get some good pictures out of it.
We got Speaking of diorama builders, we got one coming up. We did an interview with this guy named Action Figure Sold Separately. Are you familiar with him?
I'm not good with names, but I know work.
Okay. Well,
He's like graffiti artists. Like you might not know that graffiti artist's name, but you know his style and his work.
Exactly. Well, so like how I say when we talk about your customs, as soon as I see it, I know I don't even gotta look at the title.
Yeah,
I know it's your work. Same thing. Once you see his dioramas, you know it's his dioramas. So he does have that style. But we got a video coming out with him, I think, later this week. And I met him at Joe Fest, and he always has a booth at Joe Fest. But
I know exactly.
I love his dioramas, man.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I didn't know his name, but see, I know his work. He does great work, man. Real good work. Different styles from me and him. He does not a perfectly clean style, but his style is not. My style is a little more rugged than his, but he does real good work. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. My style is a little bit more rugged and apocalyptic.
Right.
Life After Humans tells a story. His stuff is clean. Like I have a style like that on this throne for Apocalypse that I have up here, and it looks just like some of his work. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, man, we all y'all do good work, man.
Yeah, I know his work.
You know.
It's good work. Good work. Yeah, man. I just made a video. I don't know if I might drop that video where I said, man, there's some people that customizes that's amazing, man. There's some people on there, man, that customize so good. Even much that guy customized so good, you would have to look at it twice. There's one dude on there that does custom so good. I think he's got to be like China or something. And he'll have his face on the side, and the diorama is so detailed to the point it looks real. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for his head, you would think it was some good dioramas that I've seen. And I just had this topic with my son. This is a sidebar. Me and him was chopping up. My son collects, and he watches YouTube, and he's more into TikTok. And when he puts my figures over there to TikTok and show him on his TikTok, he gets a lot of views. But when he shows just regular store-bought figures, he don't get that many views. So he was talking to me about views, and I told him, well, Aaron, views it's not a big deal, man. If you get 5 views, 10 views, I think Savage just had this on his thing. It's better to have some diehard people that watch your stuff than just some whoever. So if you have a hardcore group of 10 people that watches your stuff, it's good. So and I was trying to explain to him, you can't come down on yourself because of your views, because some of the people that's got the best collections and they don't even show their stuff.
It's about being consistent, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing with, if you got like 10 people, 15 people that are constantly following you and feeling what you do and bigging you up, man, you're consistent. You know what I'm saying? And that's way more important than just a bunch of motherfuckers watching and giving fake love, man.
Yeah.
So
because
it's a good time that we're in because everybody's making everybody better.
Yeah, it is.
And there's so many people doing different parts, like the 3D printing.
Oh yeah.
The custom, the customizing, the painting. It's just everybody's bringing something to the table and making it better for everybody, man. And everybody's stepping their game up.
Yes. Now you said something and I was just had this conversation with Ken because he's 3D printing and stuff. And I was saying, I got Ken that 3D prints for me, and I got the dude at my job. This is crazy. Now, the 3D printer does all the work, right? But there's even much a style in 3D printing. There's a style because the dude even much GI Custom, he has a style. Ken has a style. The dude that does my work at work, he likes to do robots and vehicles, stuff like that, stuff that he could put together. Ken does stuff that whoa, man, I didn't even think of that, platforms, stairs, tables, computers, garbage cans. He does real good stuff that's like you wouldn't even think to do. Those tables that he did, I recommend a lot of people. Those tables and chairs he did, I don't know his prices like that, but those are extremely nice, man. In that big set that he does, I would buy more. I'm going to buy more of those because you can add on.
They expand on them, right?
Yeah, you can add on. Tell him, man, I need some. And then what I love about them, they break down to a little bitty thin box. And when you put it together, it all snaps, and it's solid. It's not shaking or nothing. And he has a good style with that 3D print. Whether the guy that on the job, like I said, he's kind of put you in the mind of GI Customs a little bit because he makes a lot of vehicles and stuff, and like robots. Like let me go get. Like he likes doing those robots, like I showed you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's making
That's what's up, man. Yeah. I'm gonna holler at Ken, man. He showed me some stuff through Messenger, man.
Yeah, but like I said, like there's even so a lot of people say, well, the machine's doing all the work. By me seeing people 3D print, it's not what you think. It's the style, what they're doing, man. And GI Custom, he does amazing work. Everybody's waiting on that piece from Savage. I can't wait to see that piece he gets done.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. I got a devilfish from him.
Yeah, I seen that, and it was a great idea when you did it green. I gotta show this. My guy did this for me.
Okay.
Yeah, he did this for me the other day, and it is.
Dude, that looks just like it came in the store. Is that the honey badger or the regular one?
This is the regular, but this thing it looks like the honey badger, but this thing is huge, man.
Bro, it looks just like the real one, man.
Yeah, but it is huge. Like, man, I'm talking about it is huge. So I gotta figure out like. See, this is what I came up with. It's okay. This is why I did that. Okay, when they showed Gia, and I've been debating with my buddies about this, and I want to feel like I won this debate. I'm a state I won this debate. They may say I lost, but I won this one. G.I. Joe did the snake eyes with the 4-wheeler, right? That we're finna get.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying we could have easily got, that would have been an easy, great introduction for Muskrat with the 4-wheeler. That was my debate. They saying that I got two buddies, several buddies. They sticking with this is a good idea with Snake Eyes. And I'm saying that would have been a great introduction for Muskrat. They have all his parts there. They have all his parts there. And it would have been a great introduction for Muskrat. I don't think they have a bucket hat, but that's easily made. But other than that, it would have been a great introduction for him.
No, that would have been dope, man. That would have been nice. Muskrat is one that we need.
Yeah,
he was a dope figure, man. Had the machete.
To show my friends that if Hasbro won't do it, let me do it and show you guys what this is supposed to look like. But this is too big. This Joker is huge. So what I'm going to have to do is get us. I mean, this is good. I'm going to do something with it. Trust me.
Did you get the one classified put out, Lonzo?
Yeah. Well, okay. I have some, and trust me, man, that thing there is twice the size. I mean,
that's why it looked like the original one because how big it was. That's why I thought it was the honey badger. Mm-hmm. When you show it, the honey badger sits 2 people on it.
Mm-hmm. This sits 2 people on it.
So okay, yeah.
That picture, you probably can put 3 people on it. But what I'm gonna probably do. We're gonna come up with something. I might, because I was gonna paint that because it was supposed to be printed green, but he printed it the original color, which is cool. And I was gonna paint it green, and I was gonna make my muskrat with it and show it my friends, hey, this is what they should have did.
You got a muskrat custom, Lonzo?
I got a muskrat custom, but it was shit. That mug is like some of my first G.I. Joe custom. I'll send it to him. He just needs to be updated. His head needs to be updated. And this is when they didn't even have G. I had to use those Army. Remember those Army 6-inch Army statues? It's old. This is old. Probably made some military statues. Are you familiar?
Okay.
I have to take one of those heads and make muskrat because we didn't have no hats at the time.
So that's crazy, man. You pull pieces from everywhere to
Yeah,
make customs, man. That is wild, man.
yeah. I mean, I probably can. I'll be all right. He's right here. Ah, there you go. And that's a McFarlane head.
Oh, that don't look bad at all, man.
Well, I done got better. We got bucket hats, and I done got better. So
Yeah, you can get a bucket hat from Gridiron for like
that's
under
what I'm saying. I
$10,
could get
man.
it, and I done got. I could use multiple heads that I have, and I could
No, that's dope, man.
yeah, it's a oldie but goodie. So I have a bunch of them in here, man. I can go all day. Man, the one interview I did, me and the dude was talking, and he knows a little bit about X-Men and Star Wars. And I went to pulling stuff out that I've never showed before, and he was like, "Wow, yeah,
Well, you've been doing your thing for a minute, bro.
oh yeah,
You've been, yeah. It's not just classified. I know you
yeah,
classified now, but you've been customizing for a minute.
oh yeah." I've been doing it for a while, man. I think it, and like you say, you said something earlier that we needed to build on, and I had an interview that um, Philly Field said this. You're gonna have when you get into this, and I'm saying Philly Field said it. I'm saying you're gonna have some space, man.
Oh, for sure.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have to figure out a way to have some space because if you don't have the space, this stuff is growing. I may have to even sell my 3 3/4 Joes just to expand on the 6-inch stuff. I got them in the living room in glass cases. These glass cases, I sold my Transformers to get rid of them, and I had all these was empty, in which within a matter of they're damn near packed. And this is one, two,
Yeah, see, that's
five,
one thing
seven.
with my wife. My wife is always like, why do you keep buying stuff? Why do boxes keep coming? You got everything. Why do you keep buying? Why? And she don't understand that new stuff is always coming out.
Yeah, and then deal.
And and that's the problem. So you're right. At some point though, man, because like when you said in 10 years, like the first thing I thought is like, damn, if I keep on in 10 years, I'm gonna have a house for my Joes. Like I'm gonna have to have my real house, and I'm gonna have a house with there's nothing but GI Joes. If I don't do something to get it under control, man.
It's funny you said that. I got a buddy named Rob. He just had to do that. He just had to build a spot just for his figures outside his house. Had to build a building for his figures. And it's funny you said that. We went house shopping. We were house shopping. We went the other day, and the first thing I'm saying is got to have a 2 grip. I gotta have a 4-bedroom house. I gotta have a bedroom for my figures. Plus, I gotta have a 2-car garage for my figures. I mean,
Yep.
it's crazy like that. And everybody I talk to, they got the garage and they got a room in their house. They got the office and they got the toy room.
Yep.
And my closet is like a damn sketchbook because I make my own clothes. And so anytime I think of something, I make it. And my shoe collection.
I love what you're doing with your shirts, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me,
That's
you got a package coming, bro. You got a nice one coming. Like with the shirts, I got the figures on there all on the wall. Every shelf in there in my walk-in. I have a big ass wall. Every shelf is in there. It's got figures stacked up on there. Shoes, clothes. It's like, man, you do need to have some more. I need some more space. So right now, that's where we're looking for more space. I have to have more space.
Yeah, we upgraded about a year ago to this house, and I thought for sure having my own toy room, because back then I didn't have at the other place. I just used the garage and like my office. So when I moved in here, I was like, I'm gonna have my own toy room. I'm gonna get everything set up, and I'll be good. Negative, man. You know, I got that whole room filled up. It's stacked to the wall. Now it's overflowing into my office, and I still got shit in the new garage, man. So it can get out of control pretty quick, man.
And this is a good game for people. You see this. It's almost gonna have to upgrade your house, man, when you get into it. It is serious because what gets me is the deals, okay? I got some deals on some Stingers. Didn't need them, but the deal was so sweet. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard not to pull the trigger, man.
Right, and then it's like you getting these deals coming, like these deals coming in all the time, and it's like, man, you get on Facebook, which I had never been burnt on Facebook. I have a couple guys on Facebook I buy from. They're always throwing deals. There's this one dude on there, man, on Facebook. He's always have amazing deals on figures. You know what I'm saying? And every week I'm almost like buying stuff from him. And then don't forget, every week I'm buying like that Valorverse box set. I hadn't even bought that because I'm buying, keep catching deals. And Ken, like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? I'm like, well, I didn't get that, but I got this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that because I got this. And it's deals every week, man. You have the deals sometimes be good. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, hey, I can turn them down. You know, no, I can't because they're so damn good. You just can't turn them down. It's damn like you're an action figure hoarder.
Nah, man, I am a hoarder right now. I got boxes of shit in the garage. I'm going through them right now because I am gonna have to get rid of some stuff in the garage because it's just taking up space right now. It's been in the garage for 2-3 years now, and you know I had plans to do stuff with it. I haven't done it, but it's all extras. Like everything that's in the garage, I already have on shelves in my toy room. You know what I'm saying? So instead of it sitting in the garage, it's better off letting somebody else enjoy it in their collection. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get rid of it here soon. I just got to find the right person. You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and even much, okay, like some of my old Martin Spanners. I got those Black Panther figures. I bought a bunch of those, and you know when they was Army built, all that. Those are Black Panther figures from the movie, and I'm trying to find a kid to give some toys to, and I can't even find a kid to give. And I'm not giving no grown man sitting up. Don't put it in there. Give it to me. I can't even find a kid to give no toys to, man.
Well, I wasn't talking about giving.
No, I'm talking about giving. The stuff I'm talking about giving. I'm talking about giving.
But man, I on some real shit, man. I have like the his tank. You know, we're talking about the Serpentor, man. I still got 3 his tanks in the HasLabs in the original box and in the shipping box. I still got 3 Dragonflies in the shipping box in the original package. I got 3 Rattlers. You know, I got all this stuff that I thought I was gonna do, but there's I ain't got space for 4 Dragonflies. I ain't got space for 4 his tanks. You know, when they come out, you look at it like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take this picture. I'm gonna set this scene up. But then when it comes in, you see how big the shit is. You know, you're not being honest with yourself, man. You know. So
definitely understand that. Definitely understand that, man. I definitely get it because I keep buying.
But it's hard to say no at the same time. It's
I mean, I
to
keep
say
getting
no.
Things. I mean, I keep getting them, man, because they're such nice vehicles for so cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Where'd you get the Stingers from? Did you get them from Ross's or from Walmart?
No, people hitting me up saying that they're catching them on sale at their Walmart for like $50 and cheaper.
Yeah, I know they went for cheap there, and then right after that, some people started finding them at Ross's too.
Yeah.
So our Ross here in Fayetteville never gets shit, man. We never find nothing at Ross's, man.
Yeah. That's how they go, man. I can't quit turning the deals down, man. I mean, they come and I'm like, oh man, this like I got if another vamp comes up, I'm gonna buy it, you know, for a cheap price. Because this is another gem for folks. Some of these things do pop up cheap. You know what I'm saying? They do pop up cheap.
How many vamps you got right now?
I got 2 right now.
And that's another one, man. I got 5, and I got 2. I got 2 open and 3 still in the original packaging, man.
Did you load them out with the gridiron?
Yeah, I got 2 that are loaded out, and I was gonna keep 1 like just original retro, and then that would still leave me with 2, but I just don't have room for five amps, man. You know.
Yeah.
2 takes up enough space as it is.
Well, you put that out there, I guarantee you. I know a bunch of dudes looking for vamps. You put that out there like that, you'll have some guys. Hey man, a lot of people want those. I don't have a HasLab. I'm thinking about getting it, but I am going to get a his tank because what I just at the time the 2 other ones I could have got I didn't want because as a kid I always liked the ground. I like the ground. As an adult, I like the ground. The his, I like the his, the vamps. And I remember when the AWE striker. This is how long I've been missing. I remember when the AWE striker was over the vamp. Like people rather had the AWE striker over a vamp.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Kids,
Unfortunately, and there are things I like that I like how it looks. The All Striker with what they did for classified, but they didn't execute it properly, man. It's too flimsy when you go to mess with it, man.
Yeah. I got the four door when I showed the 3D printed, and I kind of think I made it. And I did say something about it. I said, you know what? I'm an AWE striker guy, and I'm gonna keep buying if I can catch him. But the 3D printed one, the 4-door one I got, the 4-seater I got, it's not flimsy. There's things on it, and I was saying, come on, Hasbro, they can't let a 3D printer, a 3D printer person outdo them.
Outdo them.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it's the 3D printer.
Look at Gridiron, man. They outdid them.
Oh, they sniped them, man. Gridiron is that dude has some stuff in his head that's on a whole nother level, and they keep dropping hits.
Speaking of another figure that we need is because we've talked about it. It's one we both like is Night Fox.
Mm-hmm. I made mine. Yeah, I made one. They had that black. You go back, so you're gonna remember the AWE Striker. Remember they had a black one that it's at the tip of my tongue. They had a black AWE Striker that I forgot his name. It's at the tip of my tongue. He had was the driver for it. The all black AWE Striker. He was the driver for it.
So that wasn't Night Fox. Who was that?
Night Fox was with the brown and black and tan one.
Okay, yeah.
Cola, but this is way back. They had a black. This is with the O-rings. When they brought the O-rings back in 2001 and 2000, remember that?
Yeah.
When they brought the O-rings back, see, that's when I started my second collection. Well, that's when I really had the big O-ring collection when they brought them back in 01 and 2000 and like in 99 and 96.
Yeah, I had stepped away from it, man.
Oh, I was in there.
I kind of stopped collecting when I was a kid, like around probably 12. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't get back into it until 2007 when they did the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
When right around when my son was like 2 years old. That's when I first got back into it.
I did the O-rings. And then when the 25th came out, I dropped the O-rings. I kept my vehicles from the O-ring phase. And I bought and then when the O-rings came, I stayed 25th Pursuit of Cobra. And then when Classified came out, a dude came over and seen my garage, which it's documented. It's on YouTube. He went crazy and came by and bought everything in there that was 3 3/4. And he wanted my Dreadnoks. I have 50 Dreadnoks. And I said, you know what? Let me keep my Dreadnoks and my custom Pursuit of Cobra figures that I made. And he was pissed off, but the figures, he was so wanting the figures so much, man. He just did it. He wanted those Dreadnoks. He had plans for him.
Well, yeah. What's your favorite figure, man? Out of all the Joes and Cobras, who's your favorite character, man, that's out there?
Right now? Man, let me see. The Hasbro's made my favorite G.I. Joe character of all time. I like Tunnel Rat. I'm a Tunnel Rat fan. I like Tunnel Rat. I have in my display, I have a Tunnel Rat on every shelf if I could. I like Tunnel Rat. I made a Tunnel Rat that's short and stocky and wide. That's my favorite character of all time, Tunnel Rat.
That's what's up, man. That's a good one.
Yeah. My favorite vehicles, AWE strikers. I like those. The best thing that Hasbro ever came out with as a classified to me, that's a Pentor, man, is golden to me right now. But I haven't had any HasLabs. My buddy's been on me about getting HasLabs, which I'm gonna start getting some HasLabs.
I bet you anything we'll get that Serpentor as a retro card here soon.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I hadn't opened mine, because I'm like, we're gonna get it in the retro, so I'm not gonna open mine.
Yeah, I did the same thing with the Dr. Mindbender. I had two of those that are still in the box, never been opened, and then once the retro came out, I got him and opened him up.
Yeah, same thing. We all do the same thing. I have a box of Cobra, the Cobra officers, not the officers, the real good ones, the troopers. In the box, the whole case still sealed in the box. I have a whole box of them still sealed in the box. And I do this stuff in my head because I've been collecting for a while, and I know that newcomers are coming every day. Like, I was just busting jokes the other day. Dusty prices went up. Dusty is I mean, he was $5, man. He's like, yeah. He's up.
That's another one we're gonna get a retro card on.
Yeah, Dusty.
Probably too, with some soft goods in the back.
Yeah. Remember that Pursuit of Cobra Dusty? That was crazy. I'm thinking about doing him.
Yeah. Yep. I still got him on card, Joe. Yeah, I got all those still on card, man.
Yeah. He was crazy. But yeah, we're probably getting one. They probably do, Hasbro, they pumping them out right now, man. I'm looking to get everything here, and I'm thinking they're going to do all that stuff but I would thought they would have done a hardball. I like that figure. I like the one I did. I like Hit and Run too. I like the new stuff. I like that Hit and Run. I like that Hit and Run and Lifeline. Those are my two favorite out of the new stuff we got.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
The Hit and Run. And I hate to say this, I'm a biased person when I go to my G.I. Joes, man. I'm kind of biased because stuff that I liked it when I was a kid, if it looks somewhat like it when I was a kid, I'm going to say, yeah, this is better. This is nice. I liked it Hit and Run as a kid. I like them now.
No, I feel you on that, man, because I like the Joes that I like the best are the ones that look just like the ones we had as kids, because it gives us that nostalgia kick to it, man. So I feel you on that, bro. Yeah, I got all that. Yeah, I keep all my new stuff, like I said, right here by me. So I got Hit and Run.
Is nice. And I did this picture I'll send to you. I did a badass picture. It was hidden, and I did all the new, and the picture was called Searching for Crazy Legs, and I messed around and forgot to put Airborne in the picture. So you already know who I had in it. And then I said that's the night that nobody was here. I was on my floor. I had all my dioramas out. I was having a great time. Set that picture up. I took a lot of pictures that night. And I forgot to put, because I made a ripcord. I think you probably seen it, and I'm telling everybody to do this. I made a ripcord, whatever, retro ripcord.
Oh, yeah. Hold that up. I heard you talking about it. I ain't seen it yet, though.
What you do is you get you a retro stalker. Anybody can do this. Get you some dye going. You drop the ripcord. You don't have to change his hands and his necks, obvious. And you can use the parts off your trooper figure. And
hold it up again.
Oh yeah.
Hold up to the kit. Yeah.
Good,
okay.
Bro. And you just drop him in that dye for a second. Don't leave him in there, and pull him straight out. He's gonna look just like Ripcord. Even remember when we were kids, how his chest and his arms was offset with the coloring?
Right.
So that same coloration. You're gonna have the same coloration of when you was a kid. You're gonna have the same Ripcord from when you was a kid if you do that. You put your dusty neck, and Savage got a bunch of pop figures on there, so you should know that by now. Use your Air Trooper. Everybody's got those. They're super cheap.
The Legacy. Talking about the Legacy or these
little Air Troopers that they got. That you can get them anywhere. Like that one right here.
Talking about the Legacy. The Legacy
this guy here.
Yeah, the Legacy. Yeah.
Yeah, take his parts off, put them on him. You got your retro ripcord. You can use any head. I used a grunt head, I think, or was it a blue? I used one of those green shirts or grunt head. Put it on there, put the helmet on there, and take a picture. It works perfect. And you got your retro ripcord to go with your figures. I missed out on. See a good deal. Ken called me, said I'm right next to Crazy Legs. I don't know what happened. I think I was in a financial bind or something, and I told him no, I'll pass. I'll get it next time. And now I'm wanting that figure because Crazy Legs is one of my favorites. Now I have Crazy Legs and Night Force or whatever, but I want
Well,
that.
he's the better one, man. That they didn't do Crazy Legs any justice by giving him that crazy screaming head, man. Where they tried to, he's got that face where he's screaming on the retro Crazy Legs.
Yeah.
That,
So I ain't got it. You have it.
Yeah, I do, man. I like the colorway, but if I had to pick, I'd much rather have the Night Force one. So you got the better of the two right now.
So what about if we just switch the head?
Yeah, I've seen people doing that.
Because if that's the case, we can switch.
They should have gave us a second head though, man. They do that every other place. Like, give us a screaming head and a regular head, and it would have been fine, man. They kneecap themselves a lot of the times where for just a few more, just one little thing, it would have been a perfect figure, man. They do it all the time. But I'm not complaining, man, because I'd much rather have it than not have it.
Yeah, I trust me, I understand. I'm looking forward to Crazy Legs when he come. When I get him, he's definitely I'm gonna get that picture, man. I was like, dang, because I was gonna do that one picture that I messed around, and then left the figure, and then I'm like, damn. But we're gonna get that figure.
I've seen some people taking the Night Force Falcon head and putting it on him as a Crazy Leg substitute.
Yeah, I like that Night Force, man. That was when we was a kid. Night Force was serious business for kids. That was on a whole nother level. I'm shocked we haven't got the Nightwave Outback yet.
Dude, you ain't lying, man. That's wild that we got the
easy.
Tiger Force Outback before we got the Night Force Outback.
That's an easy W. I mean, that's an easy W for Hasbro. Just tweak the hair just a little bit, maybe. Change the color apps a little bit, maybe put some paint on his face to upgrade him.
Yeah, and that was my favorite 2-pack when I was a kid. Was Crazy Legs and Outback came together as a Night Force 2-pack back in the day. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, if I was them though, I would like to see them tweak him just a little bit, like with the Outback. Just give him some paint on his face.
Like dirty his face up a little bit?
No, some camo paint.
Paint? Okay.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, that'll be because they make him look the same, but they add something different. It's for classified, and that's a tweak that I like with classified. Like some retro figures, I like Tomax and Zamox. They could have been in retro cars. They didn't. That's the same Tomax and Zamox I got when I was a kid. No. It had no business in no classified car. It's retro. The Firefly, man, that's a nice one too. I like that one. I like that Firefly.
Yeah, it's funny how they do that, man. They have some figures that are classified, but they look identical to the retro, and then you got the retro ones come out. It don't make no sense how they do that shit.
No,
and then they do the opposite, like Cover Girl. We never had the Cover Girl that's on the retro card. We never had a Cover Girl like that back in the day, but yet she's a retro card. So,
if you could get somebody, it's a free file. That Wolverine is free file. Just got to find somebody to press the button on print it, and I could get one pretty cheap. That's a nice 3D printed vehicle. You ever messed around with that?
No, I have not.
That's a nice, and it's free file. Anybody could download it. And I got one because it was free. It's nice. It's real nice. It's real nice.
Your boy from work do it for you?
Yeah, he did it for me. And it's nice. It's real nice. Could probably use a wash, but I haven't done that yet. As far as the 3D stuff, that Mobad is amazing. I hadn't even shot one picture of it. It's nice. It's nice. It's about this big, and it shoots. Man, I got a ton of figures standing on it, and it looks good.
Well, that's what's up, man. Hey, look, I do got to get up.
Oh yeah, me too, man.
Get to work, man.
We had a great interview, like I told you we would, man. Anything you want to say to close it out,
bro? I appreciate you, man. I'm grateful that you and honored that you'd even want me to come on here and be a part of your show. I'm glad that you're getting into doing interviews and getting more productive with your channel again. Keep killing these customs. Keep doing your thing. I love when you take like the history, the people from history. Like I love your Malcolm X. I love your Obama figures that you've done. But when you take them and you kind of give them a military aspect, where you kind of flip the script, like the Eminem that you did for me, the hip hop ones, man. Just keep doing your thing, Lonzo. You're raising the bar for other customizers. So
appreciate it, man. I'm just trying to keep it going, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I appreciate you and Savage, man, for pushing me out here, man. Y'all sure push me out here.
Much love, bro.
All right, I'm out.
All right. Peace and blessings.